Well, we're doing it. The first piece of case equipment I've ever ran before. It's pretty sweet, I'm not gonna lie. It blows my mind doing this many acres on one tank. Going from a 800 gallon tank, like what I'm used to this 1600 gallon is awesome. This is the first sprayer I've ever ran with auto boom height. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. That is so nice. Honestly, if I didn't have that, I would be having a lot tougher time just picking this up. But this is awesome. And at least down by us, I've always heard auto boom height's kind of hit or miss. There's guys that love it. There's guys that say it doesn't work good enough and running it by hand is better. Yeah, this boom height is amazing. Not that I have anything to compare it to, but I can tell you once it's latched on, you don't touch it. Like, you turn corners fast, you can hit pretty rolly terrain pretty fast. I mean, the sprayer can go fly in either direction, and yeah, it just stays perfectly level all the time. I haven't even pulled up acres per hour yet, but I know I'm doing a lot because I've got it set on 16 miles an hour right now, which honestly I could bump that up. I probably should a little bit, but I've also got the turn automation set up, which is very cool. If you haven't ever ran a case sprayer, it's a lot different from the Deere. So the Deere, you've got a hydrostat right here, and basically you push it forward, it goes, you push it farther forward, it goes even more. So this one, on a Deere, you push your stick forward, it goes 5 miles an hour. You push it a little farther forward, 8 miles an hour, and then you let go of the stick and it just stays there. So this stick returns to center, and you push it forward and then it returns to center. So that's been kind of weird for me to get used to. I wouldn't say it's better or worse, it's just a whole different system. And then you've got a cruise control you set up here. So if you just ram it forward, it'll speed up right to your cruise control. It's also got like return to speed, I guess you could call it, or cruise. I really haven't even played with that yet. The way I'm doing it's working for me right now. But it's strange to get used to, like, you pull it back and it starts slowing down. The farther you pull it back, the faster it slows down. It's just taking me some getting used to when I come bombing into corners, like how hard to pull back on it. So like here, I can even show you right here. So we're coming into a corner, we'll start slowing down. I'm just barely pulling back on it. So that was pretty smooth for me compared to how it started out. So we're making our corner, we'll grab our auto steer. We're gonna engage our master spray again. Now we're just jamming it forward and it just takes off. That's the other thing I'm noticing about this sprayer. This sprayer has a ton of power, at least for what it feels like, which I know, or at least from what I'm feeling right now. Even when I had a full 1600 gallons on, and the ground is fairly firm right now, if you jam the stick forward, the thing takes off. Like, it throws you back in the seat like crazy, which is pretty cool. Not that the Deere sprayer I ran didn't have power, like it had power too, but you also only had half the gallons on. So that's been pretty impressive. Like, when you want to get up and go, this thing gets up and goes. Also, 37 miles an hour down the road feels pretty insane. Back to spraying. Ooh, 2 NCVs to change really quick. Okay, got a couple NCVs to change. It's pretty easy. I would love to tell you more about this, but I know that I'll butcher it and tell you a bunch of stuff that's not right. But essentially, these are the controllers, I guess, if you want to say, on each nozzle. This sprayer has their aim system, which I believe is what it's called. Goodness gracious. It has individual nozzle control, so each nozzle has a shut-off, and each nozzle can pulse to keep its pressure controlled. Even when you're turning corners and stuff, it'll regulate each nozzle individually. So anyways, this is the electronic block on it that I believe has the poppet in it for the shut-off. I wish I could explain that better, but I'm still learning this system too, so that's the best explanation you get from me right now. But anyways, we got to change nozzle number, or not nozzle, but the NCV on nozzle number 25 and 48. So we're gonna just count these out real quick. So here's 25. So we'll change this one out, and then we'll run down to 48. Okay, so the only other thing we have to do, being the sprayer controls each nozzle individually, it knows when the NCV it's looking for is no longer there, and it will throw a code. So what we have to do is go calibrate those two new NCVs, and that'll let the sprayer kind of find them and know those NCVs are now on this nozzle. So we'll go to our calibrate NCVs, begin. Basically the sprayer is just going to run through each one in order, and it'll now see that there are two different ones in those spots, and it will know that those are the ones we're using now. There it's just saying that it's found 41 on each side, which is correct because there's 82 nozzles total. And there we go. So now you can see we have no active codes. We'll clear all these. Now we'll go home. We can go back to our nozzle list. There's 48, it's green. 25, it's green. We're ready to go. If I've absolutely butchered that system, don't hold it against me. This is all new to me too. I'm still learning as I go. It's been a big learning curve, but I gotta say, running this thing has been I guess I shouldn't say easier than I thought, because I knew I'd pick it up okay. But the sprayer's a blast to run, and the case stuff seems to be pretty simple. You know, after an hour or two in here, stuff starts making sense. Honestly, the hardest part for me is the monitor. I've just never been around any like system besides deer. So that's been probably the biggest thing. The actual running of the sprayer has been pretty easy. They make everything so simple, and with auto boom, I mean, that makes things way simple. It's just knowing how to get to what I want to get to in the monitor. That's kind of the hardest part. And I'm getting there. I'm definitely getting there. But yeah, if I absolutely butchered that and there's some person that knows case really well on here that just cringed at me explaining that, I'm sorry. I've been asked quite a few times already, like what we like better, the case stuff that or the deer stuff we were running or the case stuff now. Basically sum all of it up. I don't think I want to give anybody the satisfaction of saying like one is the best, because when we were down there, we had a really good dealer for deer and our Kloss combine. I would have told you deer and Kloss were probably the best. They were good. Yeah. Now that we're here, we seem to have the little bit I've had to deal with them so far, we seem to have a really good dealer here for the case stuff. So I'm pretty up for saying case is the best here. Like, it's been awesome. I've really enjoyed it. I think still what it comes down to, find a good dealer, find people you get along with that are willing to support you and support their equipment. And that's what it's about, more than the color of the stuff. Yeah, the relationship, honestly. That's what it comes down to, because anymore, all the new equipment is pretty awesome. Like, you can't go wrong, I don't think. I'm of course biased, but gosh dang, you get days like these when you just have a really solid day, everything seems to go the way you have planned. You end with this. I think we have the best job in the world. Pretty awesome. I dang sure wouldn't want to be doing anything else, that's for sure.